Let's move on to chapter Transport of Substances in Plants of Animals on page 146 and 147. In the last session, we have covered the portion on conduction of water and minerals through xylem vessel. The xylem and phloem vessels are called vascular tissues in which transportation of water and food takes place in plants. There are two factors which are involved for the transportation of water in xylem. They are root pressure and transpiration pull. Today, let us move on to activity 2 to show the process of transpiration by leaves. For this, the materials required are a potted plant, bell jar, and a polythene bag and Vaseline. Here, what you are going to do is take a watered potted plant and cover the pot with a polythene bag. Why do we do so? We are covering this pot because or in order to avoid the transpiration of water vapor through the pot. You know that there are many minute holes are present in the pot. So what will happen? Through these holes, water will be evaporated out. In order to avoid this prevention, that means to prevent the escape of water vapor from the pot, we are covering the pot with the polythene cover. Now what we have to do is, now we are going to cover the entire plant with a glass bell jar and seal the base of the bell jar with Vaseline. Leave this apparatus, leave this setup, complete setup for few hours. What do we observe? We observe that there are minute water vapor condenses on the inner side of the bell jar. From where do you get this water vapor? We studied already. Transpiration is a process in which water is removed from the plant. You know that there are minute holes, stomata, which is present on the surface of the plant. That means leaf of the plant. Through this transpiration of water occurs. This water we can see on the surface, inner surface of the bell jar. From where do you get this water? From the plant. So what is a process called? Transpirations. This shows that water vapor is lost from the aerial part of the plant by the way of transpiration, by the process of transpiration. The next topic is osmosis. Osmosis is the process of transfer of water from the lower concentrated area to the higher concentrated area. The less concentrated area or the less concentrated solution means the water which has less number of solute particles. Okay, for example, if you take water and add sugar, the sugar which you add is called solute. If the added solute particles less number in the water, we can say less concentrated solution. If you add more sugar in the same water, we can say higher concentrated solution. Okay, so you tell me in which case number of water particle will be more, lower concentrated or higher concentrated. I told you lower concentrated means less number of solute, that means more number of water. Higher concentrated means more number of solute and less number of water. Now you have to see in which place more amount of water is there. Definitely it is less concentrated area. Okay, you know that temperature always flow from higher level to lower level. The same way water, where it is more lower concentrated area, no? So water always flow from lower concentrated area to higher concentrated area. That means lower concentrated solution to higher concentration solution through the semi-permeable membrane. Now you tell me what is semi-permeable membrane? It is a membrane-like structure in which small number of holes are present. Through this membrane, only water particle will be transferred from one side to another side. So in the solution, what they do? If you keep semi-permeable membrane bag or any sheet inside the solution, the water particle flow from less concentrated area to higher concentrated solution, because in less concentrated solution there will be more number of water particle and less number of solid particles. So you know that water always flow from more amount of water area to less amount of water area. Don't confuse this term with diffusion. Diffusion and osmosis both are completely different terms. In osmosis, water will flow from more concentrated water to less concentrated water. Whereas diffusion, only solute particle from higher concentrated area to lesser concentrated area, or higher concentrated solution to lesser concentrated solution, because in higher concentrated solution more number of solute will be there. In less concentrated solution or dilute concentrated solution there will be less number of solute. So what will happen in diffusion? Solute particle flow from higher concentrated area to lesser concentrated area. So there is no confusion. In osmosis, water will flow. In diffusion, solid particle will flow across the layer, or here we can say across the cell membrane. Next we move across the activity 3 to demonstrate osmosis during potato osmoscope. Here the materials required are a potato peeler, sugar solution, petri dish and water as well as pins. Here what we have to do is take a potato and make a cavity inside the potato, and also cut the base of the potato so that the potato will be well fit into the base of the petri dish. Petri dish is made up of glass in which you are going to take water. Now you have to place the potato into the petri dish in which water is present, and already we have taken cavity inside the potato, so you have to fill the cavity of the potato with sugar solution. Now you have to keep it aside without disturbing the entire setup for few hours, and after few hours what do you observe? We can see the level of sugar solution in the cavity of the potato. The sugar solution we have put in potato, no, cavity of the potato, inside the potato, that level of this sugar solution will be increased. How does it happen? We know that inside sugar solution is there and outside water is there. In the petri dish water is there. So what happened? Where water particle is more? Outside water particle is more. Inside in sugar solution less amount of water particles. So water flow from petri dish to inside the potato through the process of osmosis. This is called osmosis. What is osmosis? It is a process through which transfer of water particles from the low concentrated area to higher concentrated area. Here low concentration is water particle outside which is in petri dish. Higher concentration is sugar solution which is put into the cavity of the potato. Same processes happened in the root, that means root hair of the plant, through which through the process of osmosis water particle from the soil enter into the cell of the root, that is xylem tube, through the process of osmosis. The next topic is conduction of prepared food through the phloem. Phloem is a tissue. What is tissue? Tissue means group of cells together perform a single function. Here phloem is a group of cells which consists of different elements like sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem sclerenchyma or phloem fiber. This phloem fiber is called dead cell. Remaining and all living cells. These all cells are present in phloem. These all cells together perform single function, that is carrying food materials to different part of the plant. Because of this activity, because of this attitude of the phloem or group of cell, we can say this phloem is a tissue. white tissue, many cells together performing single function. So this phloem is called tissue. We all know that leaf of the plant prepare food called glucose. This food prepared by the leaf of the plant is transported to different part of the plant through the tube-like structure called phloem tissue. Through this phloem, food is transported to different storage organs. Some plants store the food in the root, some plants store it in stem, some plants store it in leaf or branches, any part of the plant. So this process of taking food into different storage organs is known as translocation of prepared food. Next we move on to the topic transport of substance in animals. We know that unicellular organisms like amoeba and paramecium, they perform all this function together in a single cell. That means transportation, carrying food and elimination. These all taken place by this single cell amoeba and parenchyma through the process of diffusion. And also some multicellular organisms like hydra and sponges, they have opening on their body surface through which water enter into the body, which carries food and oxygen, and also waste materials like carbon dioxide and undigested waste materials. All these are eliminated through the opening of this multicellular organism like hydra and sponges with the help of water. So what do you understand? Water carry out food and oxygen. The same way water eliminate out undigested food and waste product like carbon dioxide. How they are having multicellular organisms like hydra and sponges are having opening on its body surface. Through this, water will be entered inside their body, as well as water will be eliminated or moved out from the body. These organisms are not having proper vascular system. Through this opening or through its projected body, like amoeba, they will have the projected body, projection, that means pseudopodia. Through this, the transportation of substance take place. Complex multicellular organism like humans, what will have? They will have proper transport system, specific transport system, that is circulatory system like blood, heart and blood vessels, through which these food materials and enzymes, proteins which are required for our body, as well as waste materials are carried out through their body. In our body, blood is the main circulatory organs in which plasma is present. Plasma is a watery liquid in which there are many types of cells like nutrients and oxygens, like different cells like red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets, and many proteins, enzymes, waste materials. These all things are carried out through the plasma to the whole body part. 3 blood cells which are carried out in plasma are RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC is also called as erythrocyte, WBC is also called as leukocyte, platelets also called as thrombocyte, which are the different blood cells in the human blood. Oxygen is transported to our body for respiration. Every cell needs respiration. Every cell performs respiration. For this, oxygen is needed, which is carried out by blood cell, which is carried by our blood cells, that is blood. Hormones, proteins are required for our body for regulating our activities, day-to-day activities or cellular activities.